Morning. We are finally out at Irondog in New Ulm, Texas. We're out here with the Houston Motocross Group. We've got a bunch of guys out here. We are going to be doing a hole shot contest and just having a good time today. But as always, I wanted to come out, show you guys what the track has, what kind of facilities they have, what they have to offer, and hopefully show you some of the track too. So let's have a great day. The family that runs this track has been absolutely amazing. I've communicated with them through Facebook quite a few times over the last couple months. They've been asking us to come out and do some filming, and they are just so nice. They've been very welcoming to us. They are willing to let us host this event. We asked, can we use the starting gates? They said absolutely, and they do racing here. Here's the starting setup that they have. It is a dirt pad, but it is a very large pad. They do racing here on dirt bikes and quads. They had a quad race here recently. When talking with management, they told me that they have a full service shop here. They do a lot of work on dirt bikes, street bikes, four-wheelers, whatever you need, even side-by-sides. Talking with a guy that's pitted next to me, he said that last time he was out here, he lost a clip off of his front sprocket, and they actually had a clip to help get him back on the bike, which was awesome to see. I believe the family lives on the property, which is really cool that they allow this to be a public track too. Look at that starting line. That is a really long starting line. And it goes into a 180-degree turn, at least in its current setup. They do make changes out here pretty regularly. I heard that they made some changes to the layout within the last couple weeks. So this might not always be this way, but this is what it is right now. The track looks pretty cool. They've got rollers, they've got tabletops, they've got some doubles, some step-ups, a couple big berms. The dirt looks really loose. They did get some rain here, but not a whole lot. Not enough that they actually didn't have to use the watering truck, so they were throwing some water down here yesterday. I've been told that this shapes up really nice by the afternoon. The lines actually get built in pretty good, so we'll see what it looks like on the track. They do accept credit cards here, but they prefer cash. If you are paying with a credit card, there is a surcharge to it, but they do prefer you to have cash. That way you don't have to worry about that. They do charge differently for large bikes and small bikes, which is awesome to see. Always appreciate it when they give discounts to little kids because they don't ride as long and they also don't have as much damage on the track from the small bikes. So definitely cool that they see that. There is some shade here, so if you get here early enough, you can park under the trees. Awesome. In this Texas heat, it's definitely good to get some reprieve from the sun. But there's a ton of parking here. They have plenty of space to do races where people can pull up and camp. I have yet to see any type of electric hookup, so I'll look around, see if I can find anything for camping purposes. This is the kids track out at Irondog. Looks like a good safe track, pretty wide. There are no starting gates. I don't think they do any racing on the kids track, but they may. Don't quote me on that. There's no jumps. There are a couple berms, but it looks like a fun wide track. Good and safe for kids on 50s, probably up to 110s. This track is definitely running in really nicely. You've got some great lines, good berms coming up. The dirt is very soft. The dirt is quite soft. It gets deep in some of the corners, but it's a good thing. When I talked to the manager, they said that they really wanted to prep this track for like a national level rider, somebody that can be out there with deep ruts, super technical braking bumps. So it's a hard track in that aspect. It's a very technical track. It's not a fast track. It's fun though. The flow is really good. I like the flow here. One thing to add, they have porta potties here. There is not a restroom that I have seen. There may be one up at the service shop, but the primary restroom is a porta potty. So just be aware of that when you come out. If you have a self-contained camper, that's awesome, good for you. But for us, who do not, we use porta potties. We got a little whole shot clinic out here with Nate Mierzwa, 33 MX. Back of the property, there's a really big shaded area, but the coolest thing is they've got this bike wash deck set up. Has a hose, no pressure washer, but you can bring your own. But because it's up on a deck, anything you wash will just get run underneath, so you can keep your tires clean. Make sure your bike's nice and pretty before you leave. Cool stuff. Way in the back of the property, there is a vet track. Speaking with the management, they said the track isn't currently open. They have cattle out on the track right now, but they do plan to have that open sometime in the near future. So keep an eye on their Facebook page, linked below. That way you can keep up with what they have open when they have track grooming and things like that. They are open during the week. So they're open Monday through Friday, ungroomed. They do not prep during the week. They groom Friday to ride Saturday and Sunday. So that way you can have a good, crisp track on Saturday. But they are open during the week. There is a discounted rate. So again, check the Facebook page for when their hours are. Make sure that you follow them on social media. Give them lots of love. Just a couple quick review metrics for you. I do like to give a valuation to say how much I think you should pay to ride this track. Irondog, I think is priced right. They charge $30 currently for big bikes and $25 for small bikes on the weekends when it's prepped. During the week, there is a discount. I believe they said they give a $5 discount for the weekends when it's unprepped. So I think that's fair. It is a big track. It is a long track. It's a good facility. I think that it's priced fair. So I'd pay 30 bucks to ride this track. Another thing that I like to look at is the driving distance. How far would I drive? Some tracks I drive half hour to, and I think that's perfect. Irondog, I think, is a 2-hour track, and it takes me about 2 hours to get to. So if you're coming from San Antonio, if you're coming from Houston, those are both distances that are pretty fair to get to Irondog. They're pretty much in the middle between the two cities. So 2 hours is spot on. And I think 30 bucks, 2 hours, well worth your effort. The track is beautiful. I also want to add that I really do appreciate the fact that this facility will change when needed. For example, they have District 20 races coming up, and the head of District 20 said you have to cut off some of the lap time. to make sure that this fits so we can keep the race schedule as normal. They did it. Without question, they made the change. They took out some of the track layout so that they could fit the schedule. And that's awesome that they're open to that. Some track owners, they'll get told that they have to make changes and they say, no, track's perfect, don't want to make any changes. So it's great that they're out there, that they're listening to the community, they're listening to the race organizers, and they're adapting. They're doing what they have to bring people in, to keep the business going. And that's what we want. That's why we're doing this too, so that you guys can know about the tracks, you can go ride different tracks, you can support the businesses, and you can support the sport. So keep riding, stay safe, everyone.